Back at it again. I think we're getting close to the end. We've got one more game, North Carolina Central this weekend, but we played Savannah Saturday, and we won the game. I think I might as just be quiet from that point on because, anything that I say from that point on, somebody think I might be just bragging, but it was a game that we probably didn't deserve to win, didn't for sure expect to win at the point when, we couldn't seem to get anything going on offense, but our defense just refused to allow us to lose the football game. And that move forward in particular was adamant about the fact that we win. And, he created 2 turnovers for us in the second half, one in the third, one in the fourth quarter. One that got us the ball, and we eventually got it down the field and got it in for a score. And then one eventually that he took away from them. They ran a little play where the quarterback Reed deal, and he's up in the line of scrimmage, and he punches that out. And Dwayne Nichols, another Dillon County boy, catches it in his hands, and I'm kind of standing there looking around. I kind of see that there's nobody over there. I said, run, run, run. So at that point, he goes out the sideline and scores. So it's kind of how we won the football game. But up to that point, let me tell you something. It was not a fun day here. So we were able to come back. We were down, I think, 17-7 at the half. And after that, then we were able to get those 2 scores in the second half. Not only did our defense score for us in the second half, but our defense shut them out now. There were lots of different little scenarios, little stories that went on in the half that that got them to the point where they shut Savannah State out. Savannah State really should have won the football game. And if you go back and look at some of the games that they played, that game was kind of similar to their Charleston Southern game. They really beat Charleston Southern kind of similar. And there'd be times when you see them go on little stretches like this and play really well, but they kind of put together for most of the game Saturday, so we were fortunate to win. Now,
in terms of your team just being able to handle that rough patch in that first half, guys look down, just walking down the sideline, but what does it say about this team and their ability to handle adversity within the game like they did in the beginning of the season to go on to play winning football?
Well, that might be the best part of the whole process for us at this point, the fact that our guys didn't give in. And there was a point there in the, I guess maybe early part of the fourth quarter where I went to our defense and said, hey guys, we just need one more stop. We had gotten within 3 points, I think it was, and they were still offensively, we were still struggling. And so I went to our defense, and they were getting ready to go in the game. We had one of those television timeout deals. And said, listen, guys, give us one more stop. I said, if we get one more stop here, I said, I think we can get in. We can get it in. And, those guys not only got them stopped there, but they punched the ball out, and we actually got the score. But now let me tell you, if we don't get that stop, or if they get it down and get a score any kind of way, I think we're done. And, we were really fortunate that we were at the very brink of the breaking point. And we were fortunate enough to make that play happen, and from there, we were able to hold on.
Coach, how exciting! How good is it as a head coach just to see how this year has gone? Is this in some ways almost better than maybe a 10 or 11 win season? The fact that you got started so bad.
I don't know how you can make a 5-game winning season better than a 10-game winning season, Joe. But no, it's not that good. But now it's good. It's really good that we've gotten back to 500. We like to think that shows a lot of character and all that kind of stuff. But I like a little less character and a little more wins. That'd be a lot better for us, but now that's kind of where we're at.
In terms of having a young group, the fact that
it is.
Learn and develop.
It is. It's a building process, I think, that gives us a chance to really have something to look back on and say, we were, at the very brink of being awful. And then we go on to really begin to play a lot better. The one thing that was disappointing, the real bad part about the game Saturday is we had got to the point where we felt like offensively we had kind of found ourselves. We really thought that we were playing pretty good, and we had some things that we could kind of lean on. We could run the football a little bit. We had pretty good, ideas about, how our offensive line would compete and block and that kind of stuff. And we go out Saturday and, and pretty much lay an egg. The play that we scored on offense, the first one in particular, was one where the quarterback had a bad read, and, we ended up running to a bad look, and he just makes the guy miss and just runs by all those guys and runs in and scores. And, was not a play that we designed or anything that actually happened that we thought that we had anything to do with much, except for the fact that he just made a play. So, it was not, one of those kind of days where, we felt good about much of anything offensive, but at the same time, you did feel good about the fact that these guys continued to hang in there. We didn't turn the football over so many times that we actually lost the game that way. We tried to turn the football over a time or two, and the ball got kicked out of bounds, and they dropped interceptions. They had 2 balls that could have been picks that would have been maybe pick sixes. They had a fumble toward the beginning of the 3rd quarter that might have given them a short field that way. So, there were issues there that could have been disastrous for us. But we just continued to try to find a way, to kind of stay in it. And eventually we got our break at that point. We just kind of went on to one football game.
Buddy, last regular season game for you guys and for you. I know you've been kind of downplaying it all season, but have you had any time to reflect? Because I know this is not just twice that you coach, but you played here too.
Yeah, well, you think about it all the time, but at the same time, you don't dare stop and just kind of, let that be the focus, of a moment. You just kind of just let that kind of pass on by. We get through the season. We've said all year that we get through the year completely. Once we got through the year, it will give us enough time to sit down and reflect and really look at everything, with a fine-tooth comb that way. At that point, then we'll make a call.
How do you overlook that? Because I know as a coach, sometimes there's a lot of things going on and you don't really reflect on the season. So.
We don't have enough people to do anything around here, so there's always something to do. If you're standing around and not doing something, that means something is getting undone. So something's being left undone. So you better figure out what you're supposed to be doing pretty much the whole day of every day. Our routine is such that there's always something to do, so I don't have to worry about having something to do that might keep my mind off of, what my circumstances might be.
Whether it's your last game or you do come back for the following season, just how important would it be for you to go out on a high note and get that win and get a winning record?
Right, it'd be huge. Anytime you got a chance at the very end of your career this way to make a statement that might be the thing that you might remember for the rest of your life that way, then you better figure it out. We need to win. We need to win this game for sure on Saturday. But it's Central. These guys have come in here in the past and have beaten us. It's been a tough doggone matchup for us, so we got our work cut out for us. Hopefully they've gotten beaten down a little bit where, they might not necessarily be, at their A level. But let me tell you what, every time we say that, somebody comes in here and will play off their feet to get after. So we better be prepared for a tough football game on Saturday.
You hear it in the FBS ranks all the time about the bowl games and people wanting to win them because then you go to the off season with momentum. I imagine going into this week, it's kind of a similar deal. You want to go to the off season with momentum, and for you guys, if you win, you finish 6-1. I think that'd be a big deal in your final 7 to do that.
Well, I guarantee you, anytime you get a chance to, get that kind of final capper, on the whole process. I think that makes it a big, big deal. You want to go into your off season with something to look back on and be proud of. And if we could pull that off, then I tell you, that'd be something special.
How different is it now compared to last year where the end of the season kind of just bottomed out? Now you got something to play for. Last game, even the freshmen have something to play for.
Oh, this is special now. And, the best part about it, even if we don't win, to be able to go through this week, not having to worry about going out and playing, the string out that kind of way, is really a good deal. I'm standing there on the sideline, and the 2 things I'm worried about is, first of all, win the football game. But secondly, if we don't win the football game, how do we get these guys up and ready to play again the following week with all of the doggone negativity and all of the doggone just downtrodden kinds of, personalities that we're going to have around us after having lost a game right toward the end of the year that way, after we played so well. So if we had played well Saturday and had lost the football game, I think we might be the survivor. But playing poorly, we'd have looked back and kicked ourselves so many times that we might not have been bearable, this week. So I was happy, really happy that we won the football game more because of what it sets up for this week as opposed to, what was going on in that particular game.
What do you think it will be like just from an atmosphere standpoint, being Thanksgiving week? A lot of people will come home, and then they'll have a football game to look forward to on Saturday right here in Orangeburg.
Well, let's hope it's a good crowd. We had kind of a medium-sized crowd on Saturday for our senior day. We had Hall of Fame and a lot of other kind of stuff too going on. But at the same time, I would have liked for it to have been a bigger crowd there this past Saturday. But now this is a great opportunity for this entire community. Everybody's either going to be one or 2 places. They're going to be in Clemson, at Carolina Clemson. I think that might even be a night game. So you can make both games. But at the same time, if you got a minute and you got something doggone that you know that can find a way to get yourself over here and be a part of this game, we'd really like to have you on Saturday because we need a big crowd and we need to get after North Carolina Central, and it'd be a big help if the Orangeburg community, the whole state of South Carolina, turned out and helped us.